This is a brief explanation of what Year 9 will do in the cricket training session in the Japanese Exchange 2017. So the thing that you need to remember is that you have 3 games to organise with your group. There are 5 of you in each group, generally, maybe 6. And the first game that I want you to do is to arrange yourselves so that you have 2 lines like this, and you have person A and person B, person C, person D and E there, like this, and you have a ball in each set. So this is a set. So this would be 1 Japanese person and 1 British person, and these people will just be throwing a ball to each other backwards and forwards. Same here. You have 1 British, 1 Japanese. Ideally the Japanese person should be here and the 2 British people should be here. C throws to E, and then E throws back to C, and then C throws to D, and then D throws back to C. At first you could make this line fairly small. Alright, just check that your partner can catch a ball. Perhaps have this about, I don't know, 5 meters. Even shorter. Actually, you could make it 3 meters. 3 to 5 meters. And then, once you've done about, I don't know, 15, 20 catches, you can move this line back so it's more like 10 meters. So in the senior playground, we should have all of the teams lined out. So you need to all be facing. Let's make you parallel to the fence. So you've got the Mick Jagger Centre here. You've got an entrance here, and then there's a fence, and this is the Beckett's. Spelt it wrong. Beckett's here, and the school is here, P block, and you could please organise yourselves so that you've got 1 long line along here, another line along here, okay, and you're all throwing like this. There should be lots and lots of pairs throwing along like this, but you should be in your teams like this. Okay? Make sure that your teams always feel that they are with you, and that you split up your people so that you always have a British student and a Japanese student working with each other. What we shouldn't see is 2 Japanese students throwing to each other and 3 DGS students throwing to each other. That would not be a successful exercise. Okay, so that's the first game, and it shouldn't take you much more than 5 minutes to play that game, and then you're going to move on to game 2. Now in this game, you need to be organised in with a wicket. So you need to make sure that you've constructed your wicket. Okay, this is a wicket here, and you'll also have a cone, and you're going to put the cone something like, maybe let's say 10 meters away from the wicket, like this. Okay, that's about as high as I can get that. Okay, so you've got the wicket there, and you've got the cone at this end. Now it's very straightforward. 1 person is a bowler. Let's make A the bowler. Let's make B the wicket keeper. Okay, let's make C the catching fielder. And then we have D and E, who have bats and are ready to run between the wickets. So this length here is about, make it at least 12 meters, maybe 15 meters. So quite a decent amount of distance for them to run. The way the game starts is B has the ball. No, let's say A has the ball. A says, go. And at the same time as he says go, he throws the ball to C. C throws the ball to B. And in that time, D and E, with bats if possible, maybe we haven't got enough bats, they might just have to run, have to try to get to the other end and get in. What A, C and B are trying to do is to get the ball to the other end before E gets there to get them out. Alright, so it's just a kind of simple running game. And what happens then is D and E will have changed places and the ball will be with B. So next time B says go, and they have to change places again. Okay? And you play that and you see if these runners can get any points. Now ideally this would be a Japanese student and this would be a DGS student. So make sure you organize yourselves so that you're sharing the roles out. So it's not the Japanese versus the Koyo or Kaichi, the Japanese versus the English, but is always a kind of shared exercise. Okay, that's the second game, and I think if you rotate, so first of all D and E are runners, but next of all let's say the wicket keeper changes with this batsman. So this person becomes the wicket keeper, this person becomes the thrower, and this person here maybe moves into the fielding position. And just make sure that you shuffle and that everybody gets a go at every role. That should take you about 10 to 15 minutes to get through, and the aim is to practice your fielding and to give these people here a sense of what it is to run in cricket, how you run across, because they won't be used to this idea of running forwards and backwards. It will give them a good sense of that. Okay, right, now that brings us on to the third game. Okay, so in the third game, let's try and make it a little bit like a mini game. So let's have the stumps, the cone, and let's have A throwing. We've got to make sure we've got a player batting. Let's make B the batter. Okay, you'll need a wicket keeper. I'll give yourself a C. And then what I'd like you to do is to put out a cone here and a cone here. Okay, and then put our remaining two people, D, put D here, put E here. Okay, and A will bowl the ball. Let's just do underarm, please. Just keep it underarm. Make sure it bounces before the wicket keeper. Sorry, before the batter. Make sure it bounces before the batter. You must tell the batter that they have to hit between the cones, to score a run. Okay. Now they hit between the cones. At this point, D and E will of course try and get that ball back to A or C. And the reason to get them hitting forward is that in cricket that's very important, but also we only have a few fielders, so we need to limit the areas that they're hitting in. So A, who is throwing the ball, has a very important job. Please make sure you're throwing it straight, you're making it bounce at least once before the batsman, and giving them a good chance to hit it straight. If you're throwing the ball over here, they're going to find that very hard. If you're throwing the ball over here, they're going to find that very hard. Okay, that's the three games that I would like you to play. Please rotate in this last game as well. and that will be good. Thank you.